Hello. Good morning, peoples. Yeah, yesterday I had to take a little break. I took a rest. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, I just had to refocus. I had asked 2 days ago if there was things that people self wanted me to touch on. Now, I got some people saying something in that post self. Well, one actually from there. Some others had messaged me. So the things that I have to share my opinion on is again that black thing, nigga, vaccines, comedy, and sports. And so by each one, I'm gonna say more or less, what the question was, and then I'm gonna give my opinion. So the thing about black, the question about the black thing was, yeah, why is black so important and this and that and the other? Okay, cool. Black, first of all, yeah, you could use that more when you're associating yourself with other colored people. When going to police, judicial system, governments, yeah, even maybe hospitals, I don't really know if that would affect how they treat you. But when you saying black to these four things, you're just claiming to be with a group of people. That's not it. What you have to do is claim your nationality. Your nationality is what ties you to a specific land. Black, where is black tied to? Which land is black tied to? Which land has black as a nationality? You see, these are the things. That's why black is important. It's not as important as they make it out to be, but you just have to know for yourself in certain situations when it's okay to use black and when you could better not use it. That's the only thing with black. It's not such a big deal to me, but to the police, to the courts, governments, yeah. And this is one thing that we black people need to really check worldwide because we were just all over. Like I seen yesterday, I do not know if that's true, but I do basically believe it. There were no slave ships. Again, I do not know if that is true. I just saw something on that yesterday and I shared it. And to me, it makes more sense because black people are just all over. What we really need to do is check back how far the white people go and what lands are actually theirs. Because just like America, I mean to say, we know it through Christopher Columbus, they came so-called discovered places where there were already people. And then after that, their people came. And that's so on a global scale. So we really need to check into that. Because like America is one of the toughest places in the world right now where that is concerned. Because again, to my African Americans, as they want to call it, my black people in America, the ones that are born there, what does it say on your passport? Does it say American? Does it say African American? Because basically, I think that African should drop and just be American. That's what it is. Because you're actually tied to that land where you born. But this is the whole thing. Is that whole land mass, this is this is the thing, is that whole land mass really America? Because remember, they founded America. They came to another man's land. They wasn't there first. They went there and there were already people there. So like these are the things we really need to ask ourselves. what type of people were really there? Because they say Indians, and even now I got my question marks behind Indians because I was pushing for the Indians more or less, but I have also found out other things. Like, so somebody is saying, and these are things again, I cannot really, I'm just saying what I heard, and like, this is where discussion is important because the people that know about these topics, if you know, then you drop your comment. That's how other people know. Because I am not born in America. I ain't really searched up America history like that because to me, America, sorry to say, but I find it's on foolishness, and the people their self is taking way too long to wake up, and they're just really following the media and everything instead of just, I mean to say, are you is on that soil. There are elders there that really know, but this is so all over. Nobody really listens to the elders. Nobody really asks the elders, like, okay, so is this true? Is that true? How did you experience it? These are the things that really need to come out. But so black, before we can like fully address that, like to me, it still comes down to like black, you should better just use that when associating yourself with other colored people. But when you go into their system, anything in the system, claim your nationality. And that for Americans should be, yeah, American in my eyes. Well, until we find out who the real people of that land is, what that land really is called, and whatever. Yeah, then you should. Yeah, since it's now already African American, well, then you gotta say you're an African American. But the whole, yeah, that is a whole thing in itself. But it's your nationality. You gotta claim your nationality when claiming these people. I mean, dealing with these people. And then yeah, you have to find out what your real nationality is. You have to know that for yourself. That will keep you safe. The nigger thing, why is nigger so important? Well, because it started from them. Like I had touched on this already, the term negro, that was more used as black before. But then when they came to the so-called plantations and all of that, it started being nigger. And then after that, now through the hip hop, it became nigga. Point of the matter is, a lot of black people get mad when a white person calls them that. But then still, you are comfortable with calling each other that. If anything, then you should go back to the word that we were calling ourselves back then, which is Negro. Don't use their words. Because if you allowing your own to call you that, anybody gonna feel that they could call you that. If we stop calling each other that, now we can get vexed when anybody else says it. Like me, I don't take it from black, white, brown, nobody. All get the same reaction from me. You want to call me nigger or whatever. Look, yeah, that's what. Then you got the right to get mad. But from you, black, a black person calling each other nigger, and now another person, another culture or race called you, I don't find that you got the right to get mad. No, no. But are you like following, playing follow the leader? You see. In any case, I was asked to touch on these things, so I'm giving my opinion. Whoever feels I'm right, good. Whoever feels I'm not, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But start thinking for yourself. Be your own man or woman. Look up and know stuff for yourself instead of only knowing the things that were taught to you and what you playing along with. Because again, the world will get much better and a lot sooner than all of you thinking before it gets better. And it's not going to get better before all of us unite and deal with the proper issues. Vaccines. Now there's a whole, I don't really understand what their game is now because it's like now they want to be saying, I shared a video with the dude talking on that. Now they want to be saying that the magnetism thing is well real. So I don't know now whether they self trying to scare people away from the vaccines or I do not know what their aim is in this. But I don't believe the magnetism thing. I put out my ideas on what I thought it was one of them. I shared a video on that they now even self saying. And that was to me, it's either they're attacking the DNA of people or they're attacking the wombs of women. That's my two things. So this dude was saying like sowieso like people that are not vaccinated, so like me, you should really be careful when now going to your next partner because maybe they did take it. And then now because that person already has that in their system, when you make a child, you see that could be, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know because I don't really know already what's in it. So, but I know they. Hello, the thing came from our enemies, people. How could you think that that is something good? I don't get it. You really think that after years of slavery and killing black people and killing people in general, that now all of a sudden these people really care for you? Really? I don't get it. I don't even really want to stay too much in the vaccines because at this point, whoever takes it or took it, you should have looked up things for yourself instead of going with the he say, she say, and just think a little bit for yourself, follow the thing back. Who is it coming from? Why is the system pushing it? Why would you even believe the system that most people are against? And especially the ones that are already doubting the governments. Why would you listen to your government? Why would you think now all of a sudden your government has your best interests at heart? And now I know a lot of people still stick on, yeah, but my government is doing good for my community and blah, blah. Okay, cool. I don't said that. Of course they will do. But how are you doing? How is your community, the people in the community doing? That's my thing. Just as fast as the government could help you develop your community, they should also be making sure that people move forward, that things are done better. But I don't see that happening. Anyways, that was the vaccines. Comedy and why I so against comedy nowadays then. Because a lot of people are about, yeah, but it's just funny and blah, blah. Yeah, it's just funny. And how much things they did not done already pass through that same funniness. Homos. Right now in Jamaica they got two shows that I shared, and I do not find that that is gonna be positive there because again the comedies that now are put out, look at who wrote them. They're all white people. Dave Chappelle and themselves said so. It's white people writing their scripts. White people's sense of comedy is completely different to black people's sense of comedy. And again, I know I put out there already too, like on your way up, I don't mind how you get there, but once you up, it's what you do. Like Dave Chappelle is up. He had enough money. He could have made his own show, even if he only got to go on social media to do it. Like right now, how Dave Chappelle, no, I do not support the Dave Chappelle of today. Nope, I do not find him funny. I find him a sellout because now basically he's still doing what they want him to do. Don't care what how you feel about it. That's my opinion. I don't have to be right about it, but it's my opinion. That's what I think. And there are many more comedians. The whole comedy thing to me is like, yeah, until black people take back control of their art, I ain't following none of them. I don't find you funny. I just find you a ass kisser. Sorry for the cussing, but you just gonna do what you gonna do to get money. That's it. At the end of the day. And again, like if you're one on the come up, I don't blame you. You gotta do what you gotta do to get there. My only thing is what you do when you're there. Yeah. Because it's like, no. The old shows, those is what need to come back. Like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, I shared a thing on that today because those had good things in it. they also had things in it like how we should be dealing with them. The Bill Cosby show, that was still good. All of the past, the ones with Martin Lawrence especially, all of his things was good. Martin Lawrence to me is one of the best comedians. Early Eddie Murphy too. Early Eddie Murphy. And maybe that's why he even got out of it, because he felt like he couldn't be himself. There are a lot of people that, the ones that really just stopped doing whatever at an early point in time is because they couldn't no longer do it the way they wanted to. And they were also not comfortable with putting the things out there like that. Those ones I respect. Yeah. If you can't do it your own way, but you already got your money and stuff, better you just stop. If they don't want to allow you to then put down something else in your art, at least put down your own company that your family is safe and whatever. And at least try and do things in your community. Once you're doing that, I can't hate on you. You see, just because I feel my purpose is more, doesn't mean to say everybody's has to be. To me, it's like as long as you can at least already reach to your destination, you make sure your family is good, and at least you do a little something back for the community, I'm already good with you. Yeah, you good with me. But for the ones that you reach to your level in no matter what area, and now you still just doing that foolishness, I have no more respect for you. I ain't gonna watch you. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. And I know my one vote or whatever ain't gonna matter, but yeah, I'm just saying, I ain't gonna follow foolishness or foolish people that can't see a bigger picture, that ain't got no type of vision. So that was comedy, and then there was only one more, and that's sports, something that I was touching on already. Because now the person had asked me to touch on that thing with the goalkeeper. And the only thing I know a goalkeeper is something in London, which I had done touch on it, but I didn't speak my opinion on it. I had just shared a post about it. But that was because basically I already put my things out there with sports. Sports, to the oldest, you should be 35. If you started at 18 in any major sport area, once you made it there professionally, between 18 to 35, you made enough. Get out of sports. And you wouldn't even need to take so long. Like if I started in basketball at 18, by 25, I done. That's enough money there. You got more than 10 mil already. You see? I wouldn't then be going out there hurting my body, taking this stupidness just for money. No, I know I came there with a purpose. I'm a play. I'm gonna make my money, and after that, once I got my money, I got my vision for my money. With that money, I'll let my money work for me and make more and continue doing my more serious things. That's smart. But you want to go on and play till 50, 40, 50, I don't know, maybe older. What is all of that money gonna do for you? And like I saying, if you had stopped when you was younger, you could have put down businesses, and those things would have done a lot more. A lot more. You wouldn't have had to go out there hurting your body, taking these people foolishness about you can't even raise a fist and all of that to where you're making these people enough money. Like people gotta understand the thing behind sports and all of that. Those things came from the gladiator times back then. Those things were proven to be for distractions. This is why they get paid so well, people. There are much more important issues going on now than sports. This is why even with the corona, and even that is foolish. Like they got football people playing football the whole time they're playing together. The whole game, you rubbing up on each other, everything. Somebody put out a post like this already. And now at the end of the thing, we can't even just high five or congratulate the other team or whatever because of corona. So now all of a sudden at the end of the game, corona becomes a point again. And nobody sees the foolishness in it. In any case, the thing about the sports that I had to touch on was because the thing with the goalkeeper was that those people was supporting the black people, because most of them players is black, so it's like they brought them up to the World Cup and thing. And then now one, I don't know really what happened. I don't watch it. I didn't watch it because I don't watch sports. I just heard the comments and thing about it. But apparently, and I could be wrong on it, on what that point was, but not the overall point. So on what I understand from it, maybe that person made a mistake, or maybe he had missed a goal, and then now everybody want to hate on him for that. That's my impression, because it's like if they had win, nobody wouldn't have been hating on them. But again, my black people, when are you gonna realize these people are only behind you when you doing something for them? So if you're playing sports and you're winning for the country that you're from, or well, where you were born and what you representing, then they for you. Then you are a good citizen in their eyes. Then you get respect from everybody. But when you make a mistake, what happens? And we have seen this done countless times, but then still there are enough of us that still want to push and be in the thing for money. I'm not saying that that's wrong. Again, I'm just saying you could be in it for the money, but when you reach to a certain amount, like I would say 10 mil is enough, man. Because from 10 mil, you take off 2 mil, you invest that. That is going to be bringing back money. You still got 8 mil to chill off of. And let's say you are a fast spend. I don't know how that's possible, waste 8 mil. But if you, before that would be done, that 2 mil you invested, that's already coming back. So you still making money. And now you just sitting home comfortably, happy with your wife, traveling the world, all of that. Isn't that better than still having to go and do sports? Or do comedy, or do music, or do anything on any of their platforms? Like me, that's why I glad I met this partner. Even though things are still taking longer than I would want, you know. But I am only on their platforms for as long as I need to be. Like I said, I am on here to get my numbers up. I'm on that on all platforms. Once the numbers are up, we already got our steps in place. So, like anything you do, you should have your vision. You should know you're going to get to the place that you see yourself getting, but what are you going to do after that? That's important. That's the most important, actually. Yeah, because like I said, like me, I think like 2 years is when I'm gonna really be like on social media and stuff. In 2 years' time, my numbers will be up. In 2 years' time, I will be ready to put down my businesses again. And that's the first part. And then once I got my businesses done, it's now just to wait until the next election, continue building my businesses and my contacts so that when the next election comes, then I'm home. Then I'm doing that's my thing. So yeah, them was the things. Black, know when you're using that thing black. Like black should be used only to associate yourself with the group of people that we already know. For the rest, if a cop asks you what you are, like why would you need to say black? I mean, he's not blind. He could see that you got color. He knows that. So saying giving black as an answer to something like that or to a Karen or whatever is just foolish. Say you're an American. I would drop that African, just say you're an American until that whole America thing is settled and fixed. And there are a lot of places that we need to do that with. Any place that is predominant black, I'm saying you should check out and see what really went on in that place. Saber included. That's why I need to be governor, because things will change. I will look into certain things. Yeah. Things that previous governors should have done and brought to light to the people. But they haven't. Even though they feel their government doing good. I know why I say their government is not doing good. You know. And when I'm there, I'll be able to prove it. And even if I don't get into government, that's why I just need my businesses. I would still be able to do whatever I want to do. Nobody ain't gonna stop me. This is my thing. Nobody cannot stop me from what I want to do. I just gotta have the right things in place. There are steps to everything. There are steps to success and making sure that everything for you works out. I am taking my necessary steps. But everybody else, for the most, everybody just wants to shoot up. And no, I got patience. I got time. So that was the black thing. Nigga, we should just stop calling each other that, because yeah, as long as you're doing that, you can't really get offended. Well, you could, of course, you could always get offended, but it doesn't make too much of sense, because now it's just somebody else calling you the same thing that you're already accepting. So come on, that doesn't make sense to me. The vaccines, look it up for yourself. There's enough people saying stuff all over right now. Like I said, I don't. The only real reason that I touch on the vaccines is because like this one is now like, okay, if like me, I'm not vaccinated now. I know my wife ain't vaccinated, and she know that she ain't gonna get vaccinated, because yeah, then gonna be a problem between me and she. So yeah, because of the same thing. I was thinking already the same thing. I'm glad that this dude actually now put it out there, because the ones that are not vaccinated, they need to be careful when now making their choice with another partner. And he brought up a good point. Is like, before, back in the olden days, it was like, when you really get with somebody, and if you got any doubts or whatever, hey, look, both of we going to the clinic, so we know that both of us are safe. Those times need to come back. Yeah, you should know about the other one. And I mean to say, on both sides. Maybe the side that is vaccinated, you agree with it. Maybe you would also like that your partner is vaccinated. So then you go to the clinic and find out if that person was vaccinated. For the ones like me, or well, not like me because I'm already married, but the single ones that then got to go, and yeah, you still got to meet your partner and whatever, I would advise you, tell that person, hey, look, I want to know myself whether you vaccinated or not. Just because you tell me you're not vaccinated means to say I'm going to take that chance. Because it's not just me taking that chance, it's me taking the chance of that going to my child. So that's why now I'm touching on the vaccines again. And for that reason only. For the rest, all of you are grown enough to make your own decision. But where the children is concerned, no. That's why I voiced my opinion on that. The comedy, I mean, look it up yourself. Look at what comedy is pushing now, and look at what it was like in the 80s and 90s even. Well, early 90s. Look at the difference between how comedy was. Tell me you don't see a difference. And sports. Like, I would like to say, like, black people just stop doing sports, but it's like there's too much money in sports, so I know I can't say that. What I will continue saying is, when, like, go into it with a goal. Have a goal in mind. Like, anywhere between 5 mil and 10 mil. Like me, I would be cool with 5 mil and I would stop. But, go to 10. 10 million is very easy to make in sports. That's only like 5 years, maybe less, depending on which sport you gone into. Get to that, and then start putting on your own company. Start investing in other people. That money will come back, and now you ain't even gotta work hard. All you just enjoying at that point. You got your money already, so you could do anything you want. You're your own boss. But yeah, as long as you want to remain, under people, or well, yeah, that's on you. But me, I never had that mentality, never, because I saw from young all the foolishness going around. That's why my mentality is, anything they can do, I could do it better, and I'm only focusing on the good things. I'm not focusing on their bad things, because, of course, it's like what they think they could do bad, we don't prove we could be worse. But it's like, why though? That doesn't make you better than them. Me, I always take the bigger road, the higher road. It's a tougher road, yes, but it pays off in the long run. At least you don't lose yourself in the process. So yeah, people, that was my video. It's now half hour. So yeah, I hope everybody had a nice night. People, look at what's going on in the world. There are a lot of protests. So I seen a video from Africa that Africa is on the brink of going into civil war. And as you don't know, I put that out there already too. To me, the world needs a civil war, and we would win because we are more all over. But to have a civil war in any one place, it will not work because all they're gonna do is they're gonna send their armies to that one place. It's not gonna work. I don't see that working. I like the idea, yes, because that's people finally coming up for themselves, but not like that. That's why I'm saying we got to do this globally, everywhere at the same time. That's my mission. That's why I'm glad for social media that I'm reaching different communities because we all need to do this. No one place can stand out. It's going to be made example of. You're going to hear in the next couple of weeks what's really going on in Africa. You're going to hear that if it's true about that civil war and that kicks off, you're going to hear about which countries sending armies in there to support. Look at what's going on in Haiti. They got things going on in France. People, the world is yeah, but it's on people. Like I done saying, it's gonna get a lot worse before you really decide to really see what's going on. And I find that shameful because it's like in this day and age, there's enough information out there, but enough people is just still focused on the foolishness. Yeah. I just find it sad, really, because none of this should have gotten so far. None of it. But that's what happens when you was only following, looking at TV, following the media, following the music, following everything else besides yourself. You see what come from it now? But yeah, then again, enough of you don't even really have that feeling anymore. But anyways, I gotta go. These people calling out for the test. Peace, people.